Hi, I'm Sturdy McKee, and I'm here with Marc Stewart of Johns Creek Physical Therapy. He was a group coaching client with a small group, but we're here to talk really about the recruiting and hiring process, and some of the results Marc has been able to achieve with that. But, thanks, Marc. Thanks for being here.
Sure, no problem. Glad to.
So tell me a little bit about, we were talking earlier about a couple hires that you've had recently, maybe three of them, and the process versus not the process. What would you
Yes.
like to share about that?
So I've been a group coaching client of yours for probably a little over a year now. I've
Right.
also attended your private practice university when it came to Atlanta. Covered a lot of,
That was great. Thanks.
yeah, the other material. I've had a chance to see it twice, and I've got access to it because I'm a client. But I was able to use the tools and the techniques that you taught to hire two rock star, absolute jam up physical therapists to join our practice. And um, I put those job ads out on Indeed. I didn't pay for them.
Mhm.
And I put them out there with little to no confidence that I would actually get a response. And
All the faith, right?
yeah, and so I got started getting some applications. Found one that I liked, brought her in, and interviewed her, and she has just been stellar. She in like her second week, I forgot that the job ad is still out there because I'm thinking I'll never get anybody to respond to this, right? And so here comes a resume for a guy. I swear you would hire him just on the resume. Now you would never recommend that you do that,
No.
but um, you know, called him up, had the phone interview, followed the things and the process that you taught in the course. Boom, 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 check, check, check. Um, and he is fantastic. So, what started out as thinking, this is not going to work, um,
Mhm.
it works. And one of the coolest things was, and don't want to give away too much of this, but the way you set up
Share
email,
anything you'd like.
yeah, the autoresponder and the survey monkey.
Mhm.
That was really, really cool. We hired a really good hire for the front desk. She ended up getting pregnant. She didn't end up staying. I didn't follow the process to replace her, train wreck. So yeah, so if you're looking at taking that course, that you're hiring a player course, I'm not sure the exact title of it. You can share that, but absolutely would recommend that anybody here who has a small business, private practice, physical therapy, any business, if you'll follow those steps, you'll absolutely be able to should be able to recruit and find some really good applicants.
Cool. Thanks for sharing that. It's the recruiting and hiring A players course. It's now published on Udemy, so you don't have to be a coaching client. There's a do-it-yourself option. Try to keep it really inexpensive over there. But it's a little bit of front-end work. Your warning is that you're going to have to implement and kind of make some decisions and figure out how the different steps, you customize them. So there's a process, but it's got to be tailored to your business. But we go through that in the course. And as you do that and you're able to answer those questions and really attract, not only attract, but then also filter, verify, like you said, you'd hire them on a resume alone. No, we trust, but we verify,
Right.
right? It's just like real estate. You have an inspection, you go through all the steps. But if you go through those steps, your your likelihood of hiring A players more than triples. And imagine a team of all A players, what that does to you wanting to go to work. Not just your growth and your brand and whatever, but just your stress and happiness levels.
Yeah.
So I'll put a link on that, but thanks so much for sharing that, Marc. It's a story I've seen repeated over and over, and it's very heartening to hear it again.
And it's I, I I never thought I'd have two amazing PTs working here in the office, and I do attribute a lot of that to the way we wrote the ad.
Mhm.
And I wrote the ad. I actually probably had gone like 3 or 4 months prior to that with the old version of what I would have written. Johns Creek Physical Therapy is looking for an outpatient orthopedic physical therapist, blah, 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 right?
Right.
This one was way different. And ding, ding, ding. It was so funny because when I put the ad out there for the front desk person, I had over 300 responses. I had to turn the ad off. And my tablet would notify me of an email with a ding, and I swear it was like a ding every 30 seconds. It seemed like.
Like they.
And Linda, who's in our small group, she was like, "Stuff works, doesn't it?" I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty awesome."
Yeah, we don't necessarily want 300 applicants, right? There are ways to weed that down, and that's included in the course as well to kind of make your work a little bit less and
Right.
less
Yep.
time, more efficient, but really attracting and weeding out those great candidates that you want to move through and get onto your team. So
Yep.
cool. Thanks for sharing, Mark. I really appreciate it. We'll be pushing this out. I hope if you so if you're watching this still at this point and haven't already excuse me, jumped over to that course, what Mark was referring to was really writing an individual kind of a love letter to that candidate, your ideal candidate out there, as opposed to the generic, you know, job opening kind of thing. If you're using more of kind of what pretty much what everybody else is using, then you're going to get what everybody else is getting. And
Yep.
you know, if you're trying to build a great team, you need great players to be able to do that. So cool. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.